Alright, real quick guys, today I'm going to be making the box purchase for my second kit box finally. So real simple to make them. I'm just going to show you guys the measurements and how I do it. Real simple. So if any of you guys built the kit box like the one I showed, these box purchases I'm going to be making today are going to have the dimensions to fit right into the kit box. So if you guys follow the pattern on the kit box, it'll be a plug and play type of thing once you put these perches into that kit box. So all you guys got to do, obviously, get a saw and a drill. What I did was I got myself a new blade, because this blade I got on here has made countless kit boxes, countless perches, a lot of stuff for birds with this little saw. So it's time for a new blade. And then for the screws that I use, a lot of guys do use staples, which is probably better because it's a lot easier, a lot faster, especially if you got the staple gun. But I kind of keep it old school. I just use my drill. And then I got these self-tapping screws right here. You guys see this drill bit end? So what this end does, it helps from when you screw into, you see the side of this plywood right here? You're able to screw into it and it doesn't crack it, because this self-tapping screw, it allows it to go in there and you don't crack the wood. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick what I do. All right, so what I got here, because over the years I've made my purchase to the same exact dimensions, I kept myself one of the pieces of wood that goes across this way, and then one that goes up this way. So for me, just to save time and I don't have to measure out these every single time, I just kind of use them as a template, and I put it down on the plywood, and then all I do is just draw out the little lines, and then it just makes it real simple to cut. So I'm gonna show you guys the first measurement on this. All right, so 42 inches tall, because this is the piece of plywood that's gonna go, this plywood right here is gonna run vertical. So your vertical piece of wood is gonna be, as you guys can see right there, 42 inches. It's a little bit off because when I originally cut it, it was like a double cut. So I'm gonna bring it back to 42. And then the one that goes across is exactly 34 inches. So you guys see that? I keep all my measurements even. So I try to keep even numbers. It just makes it easier to add up once you're ready to get all your cuts. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it so you can use the plywood as much as possible. You want to utilize all the plywood. You guys don't want to throw away plywood, especially because the price just went up on plywood. This particular sheet used to cost about $17-18 and went up to I think I paid $31 today. So the cost of plywood is going up. Make sure you guys utilize it all. All right, so what I do first is I put it up against the piece of plywood like this, and you guys see I have about 4 inches left here, so we're actually going to utilize this piece we're going to have on this side. So you're going to need 5 of these. No, actually you're going to need 3 of these length, and then the 2 outer walls you're going to add 1 inch to it, and I'll show you guys why. So I'm going to get these first couple cuts, and then I'll show you guys what I do after that. All right, so we're gonna cut the first piece, or may I say we're gonna draw out the first piece. All right, so real quick, we got the first 3 lined up, 1, 2, and 3, and these will be your vertical cuts that go straight up and down. right, so we have our 5, which are gonna be the ones that go across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you pretty much already measured out all your slots that you're gonna need. And then I'm gonna show you guys what I do to make the 2 side panels. And it's just 1 inch over, because once you put this plywood and you put 2 of them on top of each other, it measures out 1 inch. So you just add that inch to the 2 outer walls that are gonna hold your perches in place. So I'm gonna start cutting these pieces real quick, change out my blade, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like after I cut the pieces out. All right, guys, so here we go. We're gonna start cutting. It's always good to keep a spare battery. Alright guys, so just like that, we got all our pieces of wood. So these first ones are gonna be your 5 that measure 34 inch, because these will be the ones that go across. And then you got your 3 vertical. So now what I'm gonna show you is how you do the 2 side. So pretty much you'll see this sheet of plywood. It measures supposed to be 3/8 sheet of plywood. So as you guys can see, once you measure it, it equals an inch. So these right here are, I believe, 42 inches in length. So now you cut 2 more at 43-inch length, which would be your outer walls. And I'm gonna show you. So now earlier too, I told you guys want to utilize all your sheet of plywood. So this one here, it is exactly 6 inches left after we cut off the original 42. So I'm gonna measure it all the way up to here and then add an inch to it. And then we'll have our first piece out of this side and then our second piece out of here. So we can use all this wood and not go let it go to waste. Alright, that's our first piece. Now I'm just gonna measure out one more and we will be ready to go. And it makes it real easy just to follow your old marking, because this one's already 43 and 6 inches wide, so you can use this one as a template to just measure them all out. Makes it real quick. So once I cut this last cut off of here, as you guys can see, this is the only awkward looking piece of wood we'll have, and you still got another quarter sheet, which will help you on your next box perch. So 2 sheets of plywood will make you 3 box perches if you guys are gonna do them all the same size. All right, guys, so there you go. We got our 3 vertical. We got our other 2 vertical ones that will be our sidewall. And then we got the 5 that are going to go across. So right now, what I'm going to do, I already had this old one. Like I told you guys earlier in the video, it's like a template. So it just makes it a little bit easier on me. All I do is measure out the existing slots. And just so you guys have a measurement, I'll give you the measurement of the in between. So as you guys can see, it's exactly 8.5. And then you take the 3/8 out of the middle, which is gonna be right there. So every 8.5 inches from the middle. As you guys can see this one, if I were to put in the middle here, it's 8.5 here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark out all the slots, cut them out, and then we'll be back for part 2.